What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block for August 8th, 2017. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrick, and alongside me, as always, that retro code, Edward Varnell.
Yes, everybody, I'm doing a Mega Man hop because I'm pumped. Yes!
Yes!
Nintendo Power Block.
Pow Block! Woo! Ed, I have so much more energy now than I did last night when we were recording other stuff. Oh, man. Dude, this weekend, I thought I was going to die this weekend. It was so... A
lot was going on.
Yeah, it was. You are correct. Wow, Ed, so many Nintendo things to talk about. So, on multiple shows last week, including yesterday's NGR, which we recorded last week, spoilers, we talked about this Amazon credit that I had and what I was going to spend my money on.
Uh-huh.
Everybody gave me a different answer. So I was like, what am I going to do? After we recorded last night, I couldn't fall asleep, even though I was super tired. So I laid in bed and was like scrolling through Amazon. I was like, what do I want? What do I think I want? What do I need? What do I need to make things better for NGR and POW Block in particular? So I was scrolling through. I was like, I would like to finish off my Wii U collection. That's what I would like to do. So What I did was, like, I've said this many times, I got rid of a lot of games that I enjoyed playing and like enjoyed having on my shelf to kind of fund this project. And that included some Wii U games that I really enjoyed. So what I did was I got another Wii U Pro controller, and I went down the list of Wii U games that I think would make the, you know me and my lists, Ed. I make these checklists of like, these are the games I think would make the best collection for me as a gamer, and to say, hey, I have what I would consider a good complete collection of games for X console. And so I was going through my Wii U one, and I went through and got about 12 Wii U games, an extra Wii U Pro controller. I didn't need another Pro controller, but I got it because you and I are going to be doing some Let's Pod and Plays when you come up here. And, there might be an extra third player involved. I'm not sure yet, but so I got 12 Wii U games and 2 Switch games with this credit.
Oh, cool.
So I'm really excited about that. And then I pre-ordered Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga remake for 3DS. So I'm pretty pumped. So, I'm pretty excited to talk about Nintendo. I'm like really excited. I got most of the Nintendo first-party games now, just to tie off the Wii U checklist. Like, the Nintendo stuff is done except for 3 games, I want to say. And I'm not counting the games that are also available on Switch. Like, I traded in Mario Kart 8 for Wii U for the Switch version. So, like, I'm not going to be repurchasing that. I already have Breath of the Wild on both systems, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go get Pokken Tournament because Pokken Tournament DX is coming out in about a month. So, Rayman Legends, I'm not repurchasing because I'm repurchasing it for Switch. Like, that kind of stuff I'm not adding to my checklist because I will be able to get it on the newest console. But, the big 2 that I'm missing right now are 3, I guess. Mario Tennis, Mario Party, and Mario Maker are the 3 big Nintendo first-party titles I'm missing. Everything else I have. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be repurchasing Mario Party 10 because that game kind of sucks. Mario Tennis I would like to have because Sana likes to play it with me. But when I was trying to get all these Switch things, I ended up getting rid of it. And then I got a list of third-party games. So, because I would like to support third party on the Nintendo stuff, even though it's
And you're not into Monster Hunter, right?
uh not really,
Okay.
but I was thinking about getting the Wii U version.
Yeah, because it's only digitally. I have my Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I need to play a little bit more of it. I need to get more into it. But I enjoy the Monster Hunter games. The little bit that I play of it. Like I have Monster Hunter 4, but I think once I get my the 2DS XL, I'll play more of it
Right.
because I don't have the contraption for it just yet.
The
But I want to
contraption.
play it on.
The
Yeah,
the
I do
3DS
want to
boat.
play the. Yeah, I do want to play it on the 2DS XL. I want to get into that Monster Hunter thing because hopefully, Double Cross comes out for Switch here in America, so I could get it. Um, and because I think I am going to go ahead and get Monster Hunter World when it comes out for PlayStation 4, and I want to get the Monster Hunter stories when it come out here also. So
Nice. Nice. Um but anyways, I guess we'll jump into what we've been playing. Ed, I'm sure you've been playing a lot more than I have the last couple days. I just haven't had time to really play anything substantial.
yes. So I'm working my way through Uncharted 4 again, and I'm just doing it to get the collectibles, like the treasure. Darksiders 2, I'm working on. I really want to finish that up. Uh, uh not Neo Geo. Metal Slug Anthology. I just picked up for PS4, so I was playing Metal Slug 3. For Wii U, uh, I'm getting ready to jump back into Tokyo Mirage Session and Paper Mario, and Star Fox Zero. I still to get a chance to play that, and I really want to play that, so I'm gonna start those three games up. I was charging my gamepad yesterday, and instead of playing the extra game, I was watching YouTube on it. I'm like, dang it, I'm supposed to be playing video games on the system, so I'm going to be starting that soon. Uh, for Xbox, I played Gears of War 4. I'm doing a hardcore mode, and for 3DS, I'm doing Dragon Quest 8, working my way through it. I just did a little trial thing with one of the King's sons, and so now I gotta try to find this wizard to input some magic in this mirror. So I'm still like at the halfway point before I have to continue further on with that game, and then I'll finish it. But it's very weird that you mentioned Wii U games because I have like Mass Effect 3 that I need to finish on Wii U. Uh, Black Flag. I have Rayman Legends. Like I think I'm ready to go back to my Wii U and finish all the games because I have about 25 to 30 games for it, and it's still growing. There's like I'm not even including the digital games and indie games that I bought for the system. Like I have a lot that I need to finish on Wii U.
Yeah. I mean, my Wii U list is super long too. Like
Hmm.
I never finished Star Fox Zero. I never finished Paper Mario. I never finished what was the other one? The other big. I've never finished Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Like,
Right.
I mean, some of these games I don't think I'm gonna finish just because time, and that's how. I mean, that's how being an adult works. But like,
Yes.
there's games I would like to get back to and at least try to get at it again.
Right. It's just like you, I need to buy Mario Maker. I bought a copy for my mom, but I need to buy my own copy because I really want to get back to making levels. I love that how creative that game is. Allow me to express my creativity and like give a really good challenge. And I really want to get back into that. Um, I think am going to pick up not Mario, Animal Crossing, the Party Festival, because it's only $20, and I kind of want to get that Animal Crossing amiibo since they're a little bit cheap, and just really want to have that kind of collection to be like, you know what. A lot of people didn't like it and it had its problems, but I'm like, I'm kind of gonna be glad that I own it and that I have this amiibo.
Right.
No, it's something good to have. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, I need to return because I finished Toads, but think I finished also Toadette's, but there's one more part that I need to finish. I think I gotta beat it like a third time, and then
Hmm.
I think I'll be finished with that game. Love the puzzles in that game, like really do. Um, and then I need to rebuy another Bayonetta 2 because I don't know what happened to my copies. So
Yeah, I remember that when we were trying to play it the other day, it was all like messed up.
yeah, just like you, I kind of want to go back to my Wii U and get some games, but I really want to finish some games on that system.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
I want to finish. I want to like. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the Wii U is still a viable system to play some games on, and like it's got a lot of good games. Like another game I want to go back to is Darksiders 2, especially because
yeah,
like three's coming out probably next year or soon after or whatever. But like that's another series I want to get back into and make sure I'm like up to date when the new one comes out. So and I have one and two both on Wii U, so I might go back and play those. But anyways,
yeah, and yeah, cause I own it for Wii U also, so that's kind of how. I mean, like I said, I own it like three versions of it, but I kind of want to go back and just finish it. So probably if I do it on PS4, I think I'm gonna finish it up on Wii U quicker because I know actually what to do now.
yeah. So, but
Mhm.
any besides that, I've been playing. I've just what time I have had, I've just been messing around with a bunch of games on the 2DS XL because I really like the way that system looks, and it's made me kind of reintroduce myself to the library of 3DS games.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, man, I hadn't had a lot of time this week. It was a busy week. So, but I'm off tomorrow, so I'm gonna get some game time in. My wife's working and going into the office. I'm gonna have a long morning to kind of do what I want.
Yeah, I hear that. Then when I get off of work tomorrow, um, and get some writing done, I'm definitely gonna be getting some gaming time in.
Yay, game time!
So if you feel like doing the extra pod and play or anything,
I mean,
we go to it.
we might as well. I mean, we might as well get some of those done
Yes.
because those are good ideas. Those are good things. I'm gonna try like tonight after because we're recording NGR tonight also, but
Mm.
after NGR, I'm going to stream. I'm just gonna play some games tonight and stream some stuff. I need to figure out the audio situation with the game capture and the OBS stuff because during our Axiom Verge Let's Pod and Play, our voices were drowned out because the volume on the game was so loud, and I need to figure that out.
Okay.
So, uh,
Well, you know me, I'll be watching, giving feedback as
yep,
usual.
Ed's the in chat technical advisor.
Yes.
Every time I get on the stream, I'm like Ed, yeah, boss, hey, Ed, I need to I need to see if the audio levels are correct. Sounds good. It's okay. Well, it's a little loud.
Yeah, and I gotta make sure that I'm not going it through my mixer that I'm actually going through my computer because my mixer and my computer has two different sounds when I'm listening back. So
Yeah. Oh man. But anyways, um, okay. So now that we've kind of gone over those kind of things, uh, kind of get into the spiel real quick. This is Nintendo Paddle Block, NGR's Nintendo Show. Remember, you can email the show, nintendopaddleblock@gmail.com. You can email us your questions, comments, concerns. Like, subscribe, and share to the YouTube page if you're watching. Goes up every day or every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Breakouts throughout the week, usually in the afternoon. Try to set them up around 3 o'clock. So if you have something interesting you think you might listen to, you can check out those breakouts. If you're listening on the audio version, rate us on your podcast service of choice. We are available on iTunes, Stitcher, Shout Engine, and soon Podbean. So make sure you rate us there as well and leave us a comment. It helps with discoverability and all that good stuff. Remember to join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Nintendo Pal Block, and
Yes.
Twitter coming soon. Promise. I got a whole list, Ed. I got a whole checklist of things to go through. I need to get Arsenal X an email address, and but yeah, we're gonna be doing some things with Pal Block, some different things, some cool things.
Yes.
So I have an idea, Ed. I want to talk to you about. It's kind of it's not Let's Pod and Play, but it's similar, but it revolves around Nintendo. So we need to talk about that after the show. But anyways, yeah, like, subscribe, and share. Check out Let's Pod and Play. But Ed, let's get into this news. What's our first really good Nintendo news story that we're gonna get psyched about? Woo!
Well, we might not get psyched about this one because this is a big controversy. And controversy as ruling for GameCube controller only Smash Melee tournaments causes uproar. And it seems to be like 5 tournaments are ruling that all the contestants who are doing Smash Melee have to use a GameCube controller. They cannot use any custom controllers or the Smash Box. And what the Smash Box is, it's like, it looks like a fighting stick, but all the buttons are arcade sticks. So it's by Hitbox, and the analog stick is red buttons. It looks like a upside T frame from Tetris. The D-pad is like a white diamond. You got the L, Y, R, and other buttons like 8-button configuration, like all in a row. And then the C stick is also diamond, which is yellow. And they think that when people use custom controllers in the Smash Box, that it gives an unfair advantage. So for pro Melee players, and anyone who gets into those tournaments, if you're doing Melee, you have to use a GameCube controller, and people are upset about it. But they believe that the decision that they make is going to bring fair competition. So we shall see what happens in the future if people decide to play Melee, or if they're going to protest because of this controller controversy.
That's
so.
I mean, like, there never really was like an official fight stick for Smash, was there? It's I mean, like, not in the vein of like Mad Catz making the official Street Fighter fight stick or anything. Like, there's always been like alterations and stuff that people have made to make it work, but it's never been like, hey, there's an official Smash fight stick, here you go. Like, it's always been, Nintendo's always been like, the GameCube controller is pretty much the official fight stick of Smash. I mean, like, even look at the Wii U, like, they came out with an adapter. The Wii had the GameCube port specifically for that. So, like, you know, it's, I think having these rules in place is good, because there's never been an official fight stick, quote unquote, for Smash. Like, I think if there needs to be regulations so people don't alter the things inside the controllers, or alter, like, you know, hey, this might, like, you know, it's a good way to prevent cheating. And, like, I understand people want to play their own way, but at the same time, like, you're signing up for this tournament, you're signing up to be in this thing, you need to follow the rules. And, you know, it's important. I don't really have a problem with it. I think it's fine. Like, if Nintendo had a third party make an official fight stick and then they said you can't use that fight stick, like, then I would have more of a problem. But since there's no official fight stick or anything, like, I'm fine with it. It's fine. Like, follow the rules.
And I think some people gonna feel like, well, this is unfair. That why is Smash getting this kind of ruling and not other fighting games are getting that ruling? They use custom controllers for like for Blaze Blue or for Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, if the other consoles, even I think Killer Instinct even has some arcade sticks too. It's just like, why are these systems and games going to be allowed to have this, but not Smash? So it's gonna be interesting to see what comes out from it. If people are going to protest, if this should be a unified system for everything. If Smash has to use a Melee controller, should PlayStation game fighting games or Xbox fighting games should they use the controller that the system comes with?
Yeah.
And and for all you listeners and watchers in the comment section, let us know, what do you think about fighting game controllers? Should custom controllers be allowed, or should there actually be used to that standard systems controller? Because this would change Evo definitely if they follow this rule,
Yeah.
and it might actually destroy Evo's popularity and probably their finances. So we shall see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is. I don't really think it's a debate. Like, I don't. I mean, okay, I've already said what I needed to say, but like, I just don't think it's a debate. Like, it's not like Street Fighter people are bringing in their custom controllers. It's like they're either using a fight stick or like,
Hmm.
I mean, like 99% of them use a fight stick, and if not, they're using the DualShock 4 because it's on PS4. Like, that's what they're using. It's not like they're, hey, I made this custom controller where like the buttons are all like bigger and easier to hit or whatever. Like, because yeah. Anyways, sorry. Got it.
Well, I wonder if there was complaints of people cheating in Smash. I don't know how they could prove it, but I just wonder, is those custom controllers making the game do something that is not supposed to be doing, or um are people just configuring it to a way to make the fighting like unfair with that particular character?
Yeah.
So, but we shall see in the future. So, but moving on from that, ACA Neo Geo has announced their next range of games that's coming to the Switch. So we got Magician Lord, Puzzle, Zedblade, Ragai, Blues Journey, Spear Master, and Art of Fighting. They're all bound for the Nintendo's console, and they didn't give a specific date, but those are the games that's coming. And Neo Geo has been really good putting out their catalog on Switch and even PS4. But Switch has been definitely getting a lot, like almost every 2 weeks or something. They're getting a Neo Geo game. Um, I don't know if you have played any of these games, Corey, but Spear Masters I played in the arcade. Love them. It's like two dudes fighting with yo-yos, but it's like a somewhat a 2D beat 'em up platformer. Um, and you get like different weapons and everything. So think of Metal Slug, but more of just like a 2D plane of beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
Um, a really good game. Art of Fighting kind of had like the zooming in, no, a little bit of the zooming in, but the characters and the action was very slow. So I know Magician Lore is, I think that's top. No, it's not top down. Magician Lore is just like an action adventure platform game that a lot of people like. And Puzzle, Zedblade, and Rug Eye Blues Journey. I think those are more Japanese games. I don't remember them coming to America, but I will look them up and just see if I can remember them if they did come. But those are the games that's coming for Switch. If you guys are into Neo Geo,
Yes. Yes. I mean, like, it just makes me mad that like the not anything against like Neo Geo or anything, but like it just makes me mad that the Neo Geo games are the only classic games that are on Switch when like Nintendo's the one who has the library of classic games that need to be out there. Like, I mean, like I got Metal Slug 1, 2, and 3. Like I like those games a lot. I'm not really into their 9,000 different fighting games. But I will pick them up based on user reviews and stuff because there's a few that I've been waiting to jump on. Just I've been waiting because there's other games I would rather have on Switch at this moment, but like they're in my wish list and they're in like, okay, when the Switch's library starts slowing down a little bit, like maybe you can use the money you would spend on games from this paycheck to buy some of these Neo Geo games. And I already have Metal Slug, which those are I really love Metal Slug. Like I played those on Xbox Live Arcade when they came out the first time, and I haven't really looked back. I think those games are great. But some of the other ones, they look interesting. And if they're gonna keep bringing them out, people are people are buying them because they keep releasing like 2 or 3, like you said, like every other week there's a new batch of them. So yeah.
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 Well, yeah. So, well, we actually got a new Switch game that's coming to our lovely system very soon. Pic, Pixel, which is like picture puzzle. Pixel Lines DX is coming August 24th. This is kind of a new game. I've never heard of it or anything. But what it is that there's numbers that's on this board. And what you have to do is you have to match the numbers with the same color, that same line, and you have to match it with the same spaces. So if it says 4 on one end and 4 of another end, and they're blue, you have to move that blue, that first blue four spaces to connect to that last 4, and it'll make a line. When you finish all the lines, a puzzle will appear, and it looks really good. And you can't go across anything, so you have to figure out how to connect everything to it. Like I said, that's August 24th. That's coming. You can see the trailer on YouTube. It's by Rainy Frog and Score Studios. So check it out. And there are going to be multiple languages that's going to come with the game. You can play with your Droid controllers, or you could do touch with your hand on the Switch. And you can also play on the TV in dock mode.
Yeah. I love when like games just say like, hey, because like there was the Blaster Master Zero, I think, was like the big controversy around that game when it launched was like, hey, pro controller support coming soon. But like it's always funny when everybody's like, hey, guess what? We have controller support. Here it is. It's just funny. Like ever since like that Blaster Master thing, everybody's like, hey, gotta make sure we tell everybody you can use your pro controller and stuff. But like, man, new games for Switch. Always excited for like new games to come to Switch.
Yes.
And this one looks super cool. So definitely gonna keep my eyes on this one.
Yes. So that's all the news for today at this time, everybody. And most of this news came from Nintendo Life, so shout out to them. Want to make sure that I give them props with this news that they brought us to.
Nintendo Life has been doing some strong work lately. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like probably like the last like year and a half or so, they've really stepped it up. Because like I remember that last like maybe when Xenoblade Chronicles X came out was when I was really like starting to really follow them, because they had this their review was cited at so many places. I was like, I'm gonna check out Nintendo Life. But yeah, Nintendo Life's really like, if you're looking for a Nintendo quote unquote fan site, like Nintendo Life is awesome. So
yes, there is one story that I do want to bring up that I think everybody should check, because this is very historical. So if you don't know about this game and why it's kind of important to video game history, you guys might want to check this out. So 25 years later, Night Trap still isn't going to appear on a Nintendo console. So
darn.
Yes. The reason why it's not coming to Nintendo Switch is that there was time frame issues, and this is a tweet from Screaming Villains, who are porting the game to PS4. They did a limited run edition of Night Trap for it. That's all there. He says time frame issues. That's all that we'll say about it going forward. It sucks, but nothing we could do about it. So moving on. Night Trap was a FMV game for the Sega CD, and the reason why it is historical is because this leads into the ESRB, where it started that Sega and Nintendo were kind of going against not each other, but they had a Senate hearing about violent video games, and Night Trap was one of the most controversial games. Joe Lieberman, um, kind of had a word in this, and Howard Lincoln kind of put Sega under the bus with Night Trap. If you read the console wars, I believe they mentioned something about it. But they do have a video of the sitting, Congress sitting, in 1993, and they were just saying that it was a growing problem of video game violence, and Night Trap was cited by Nintendo of America's Howard Lincoln, who went as far as to say that it would never appear on a Nintendo console. And it ended up being where Sega had their own rating system, and then it ended up turning into the ESRB, where they had a rating system for all the games. So that's how Mortal Kombat 2, when it came to Super Nintendo, was able to include blood and stuff, because they now just had a general rating system. So watch the video, and I think Gaming on YouTube also has a story about it. So if you are into like want to know why we have the ERCB and the rating system, and why Night Trap plays a part in this, do check it out. Do give it a watch. I mean, it was big back in 93, and it's kind of still in somewhat big now, but we don't talk about rating system in video games like we used to back in the day.
Right. Yeah, that's a ongoing discussion, and I think we talked a little bit about it last week, but yeah. So anyways, we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about something Take-Two said about the Nintendo Switch and how optimistic they are about it, and we're going to answer your questions. So we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back, so stay tuned.
All right.
Welcome back to Nintendo Power Block. We are going to talk about some of the things that 2K has been saying about the Switch, and then we're gonna answer. We have two questions this week, Ed. So
cool. Yes,
we're gonna answer those, and then we're gonna get out of here for the day. But the one thing I wanted to bring up, Ed, and it's kind of news, but not really. Well, two things. NBA 2K18 will support Amiibo on Switch. According to the Japanese box art, the upcoming NBA game will support Amiibo figures. So I wonder how that's going to work. Are we going to get like NBA Street teams in our NBA 2K? But yeah, that's interesting. But Take-Two went on to say, I'm just going to read the quote here. Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two, during an earnings call, said, "We are very optimistic around the platform. We're very supportive of Nintendo." The direct quote was, "We were excited 6 months ago and supportive. We're excited now. We have NBA 2K and WWE 2K coming to Switch. The sales have been great. We expect sales to continue to be great. We're very optimistic around the platform. We're very supportive of Nintendo." He added that their belief in the success of the Switch has been reinforced by early and very strong results that the Switch has managed to achieve. Hopefully Take-Two can actually support the Switch with some more games instead of just saying we support Nintendo. Other ports are rumored to be coming, including the slate of Rockstar games, but the only upcoming game officially announced from Take-Two at this time is Red Dead Redemption 2, which so far isn't coming to Switch. So, how do you feel about this, Ed?
I like the fact that Take-Two is feeling optimistic, that they're feeling that they're going to support the Switch. with NBA 2K18 and definitely with WWE, a lot of fans are going to be picking it like two versions of those games. So there will be people who are picking it up for Xbox One or PS4, but if they get the full features like those games on Switch, people are really going to be taking it on the go. You know, people are, and it would be cool to actually go to an NBA game and have your Switch. And so when there's halftime or there's long waiting periods, maybe you and a friend could be playing it like that game, like that version of the game and stuff. So it would be good for them for that to happen. Even when people go to wrestling, I've been to a wrestling match, and at times the wait is so long because it's different than what's on that you guys see on TV. I'm putting out my 3DS. Well, if I could put out my Switch and get some more wrestling in by playing WWE 2K18, then I'm good with that too. I'm not really worried about Red Dead coming to the Switch or anything like that. I think Rockstar, with their games, I feel like they've never been a very big supporter of Nintendo. Yes, we did get Manhunt 2, but that was some controversy. Yes, we did get Bully, and yes, we did get that Grand Theft Auto game for 3DS. But Rockstar hasn't really supported Nintendo with a lot of their titles. So it would be interesting to see if Take-Two is going to have Rockstar make any games for the Switch. You know, and I think Rockstar felt like probably felt burnt because of the top-down Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Even though they ported that to PSP or Vita, that didn't do well. And then they ported it to mobile, and that didn't do well. No, though that game had its own problems and stuff. I don't think it was because of the platform that it was on. I think that game just like really had a lot of control issues with it.
Yeah.
So, but if Rockstar is willing to like put something like Bully 2 or even make something completely new and on Switch, like that's what I would like the Rockstar to do if with Take-Two. Take-Two could get Rockstar to make something completely new, just a new IP. It could be open world if they feel like they want to do it, but it could be a small game. It don't even have to be nothing really big. That would show Take-Two has major support for the system. And Take-Two is not only just Rockstar. Take-Two does other companies too.
Right.
You know,
Well,
it would be
Take-Two owns 2K, so like, that's Borderlands, that's BioShock, that's what else? Help me out here. I don't.
for Gearbox.
No, for 2K, like the 2K published stuff, because Borderlands is published by 2K. So I assume they own that, right?
Oh. Well, Borderlands is Gearbox.
I know, but
That's why.
But they did the pre-sequel was not Gearbox. The pre-sequel was 2K Australia, Martin, something like that.
I thought the 2K one was for WWE and for NBA. That's 2K.
Well, 2K is also a publishing arm though, like for Take-Two. Like they don't only do sports games. They did BioShock, they did Borderlands, they did a couple other things. So
Okay. I have to research more about it. But well, it would actually depend if they could get 2K to make games outside the sports for like Take-Two. Like if Take-Two could really get their companies behind Switch, and they don't have to make these big AAA titles. Switch would take AA titles. Like people are excited to buy these games. You don't normally hear people saying how excited they're willing to go to the store to get a physical or digital copy of a game.
Yeah.
Of course, pre-sales will tell a different story, but I'm like, if the discussion and the talk around the games are like around 8 or 9, like people are predicting that the game looks good and hopefully they're getting an 8 or 9, and if it comes out and it does get an 8 to 9 range, people will go out and buy it. Like people, I'm not saying people are starving for games for Switch because there's just a lot of content coming out. I think if they're just treated fairly, and there's a good steady of games coming out for those develop from that developer or and that publisher, then Switch will be in a good position. It will show that okay, third party support is there.
Yeah.
And they could do the Nintendo route where they could release a big major game once every month.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I understand like the porting process is like weird to Switch, but like I think if companies take the step and look at it more of like the development costs of more of like a HD 3DS development cost
Hmm.
instead of like a full on console experience that they'd have to port down to, they could provide that smaller budget and give gamers like a $40 to $50 budget title instead of a $60 full on title. It would increase the popularity of those games just because they're cheaper, and like you get a unique experience. So
Right.
like that's kind of like where my headspace is at, is like I would like them to see I would like them to take that approach. I would like to see, Borderlands or BioShock or something come to Switch, but like at the same time, I would like a unique experience from 2K, and like they've gone out of their way to make games for less than stellar platforms before. Like they ported Borderlands 2 to Vita. I mean, like, come on, that's
Right.
can't get much more isolated than that. So
Right. And if they're looking forward to that, it's going to be a promised return on their investment. It might not be there. Not
mhm.
saying because of Switch, that's because of video game consoles in general. Some AAA games that do come out that do get good ratings and stuff sometimes don't sell, regardless if they are on two or multiple consoles,
Mhm.
and even PC. You know, I think these developers and publishers have to look at it that if you support your game and you market it well, over time your game is going to sell. It's going to grow or call. Don't expect your game to do blockbusters out of the gate.
Mhm.
You know, if if it does do blockbusters out the gate, that's really good. Hopefully, 60% of the income makes up for the budget, and then over time, that 40% will make up the rest. Because I'm like, look at Square Enix. They lost a lot of money on Final Fantasy 13, even though it did good sales. But guess what? They got that money back with Bravely Default, and Square Enix didn't even believe in Bravely Default. They
Mhm.
thought they was only going to do a certain amount of number, and it was going to be very cliche, or not cliche, niche. And then they look and they just seen how wide and how popular that game is, and how well it sold.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it spawned a
I'm like,
sequel that people are excited
exactly.
about. So,
And even though the budgets are different, that lost revenue from Final Fantasy 13, Bravely Default made up half, probably made up. I'll probably say about 35% of that, and maybe more.
yeah. Yeah. It's I mean, this is what Capcom was doing, right? They're hedging their bets, and now they're porting more games to Switch or working on projects for Switch, and like you're seeing a lot of people's their ears perk up. So it's going to be interesting to see what this situation looks like 6 months from now, and 12 months from now, and 18 months from now. If like the Switch is still selling like hotcakes, and like people want games on the Switch. There's been so many times, just anecdotally, like my friends are saying, "Man, I wish I could just have this game on Switch." Like Mass Effect was an example, Persona is an example. You
Right.
know, these games people want to take with them, and it's going to be interesting to see like what that AAA game that's being ported to Switch by the studio who ported Batman and Final Fantasy 12 to PS4, and I want to see what that game is, and it's like it's exciting. It's exciting to see like and we already know what Nintendo's giving us. So what's everybody else going to give us? And
I know a lot of people expect that their games won't sell well on Nintendo. And
well,
that may be true. And that may be true for some games. But the thing about it is you have to give that game a chance on Nintendo. I think a lot of players they love ports. We come to know that people love ports and remasters and stuff like that. They don't like to be bombarded with it because some people be like, okay, we want a sequel or we want a new IP. I think people on Switch are willing to give a new IP a try
right, right.
compared to you putting a new IP on PlayStation or Xbox, where they'll be like, "What is this?" and won't even give it a look.
Right. Yeah, and I think people who buy Nintendo consoles are more willing to try out new IP just because like they're so starved for content outside of the first party.
Hmm.
And I mean, you saw Bravely Default, you saw Codename Steam, even though it didn't review well. I think a lot of people who did buy it liked it, anecdotally at least. Like I thought it was okay. I thought it was decent. Uh,
Right.
you know, there's a lot on the 3DS specifically, like Professor Layton when it came to the DS. Like that was a new IP for Nintendo consoles that's very popular, and Phoenix Wright. So like new IP can exist on Nintendo and people will be excited.
Right. And if it's fun and it feels different, it's worth the investment. Now, what will kill a new IP is that when you try to make it bigger and grander on other systems. Because, for example, U Draw sold tremendous for Wii when it came out for that
Mm-hmm.
holiday season. But then when they brought it to PlayStation 3 and Xbox, you know, Ubisoft thought they had on a hit with that on the other platforms. Well, it didn't do nothing on the other platforms. It still sold on the Wii because people enjoyed it on that system.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And of course, it made like later on, Ubisoft lost a lot of money. But I'm just like, it caught on when that game came out. So if they bring a new IP to Wii, I mean not to Wii, to Switch, if they want it on other consoles, bring it on other consoles at the same time with Switch. Do not delay the Nintendo version to get the other versions up.
Right.
If one version is going to be delayed, delay all three until everything gets ready to go.
Right. Yay. I'm excited. I'm excited for NBA 2K18 on Switch, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But all right, we are going to answer these questions. Sorry, kind of quickly, just because I have to eat dinner and then record NGR at 7. But
Okay.
I mean they're not long questions, so we can do this. I'm sorry. I know explaining what's going to happen is not great radio, but anyways, Katie McNamara emails us and says, "I found your show after I bought my son a Switch, and I enjoy the show a lot. I play my son's Switch all the time too. Winky emoticon. What types of games do you want to see in terms of getting families and friends together to have a good time on Switch?" Oh, jeez.
Um.
Mario sports games, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Super Strikers. I want to see all those come back. A good Mario Party, like the N64 ones, like a better version of Mario Party, I think would really work too.
Um. I think a game. Well, not just dance, but Dance Central. I think will also be good for it. Of course, a karaoke game would be good. Uh, but there needs to be kind of a T-rated party game or a T-rate or some kind of game that makes you feel embarrassed in front of your friends. And the
a
reason why
like
I
a
say that,
like a Cards Against Humanity type game, but like
kind of,
for video
yeah,
games.
kind of like that. But something that makes you guys interact with this and makes you laugh. So for adults who partake in a little extra fun drinking, I should say, adult beverages, um, it would be cool to have where you guys kind of have to interact and make goofy and just feel like you're a goofball, that you're embarrassed, but you're actually having fun. Snipper Clips is a great multiplayer game to start off a party. To get everybody like warmed up and making everybody like, no, you need to do this, no, you need to do that, no, get over it, like that kind of communication. Like you will kind of feel embarrassed and mad, but when you actually solve the puzzle, there's good success.
Hmm.
So, I think Jack in the Box is coming out, or I think that's
Oh,
of it.
the Jack Box Party Pack or whatever.
Yeah.
I
So yeah,
think the third game is out already. I know they're putting 1 and 2 in a 1-2 pack for Switch, and then the fourth one just got announced for holiday. So like all those games are coming.
yes. Um, I would love to see some adults like for a party. I would love to see some adults who've never really got into video games or something. Let them play Bomberman,
Oh
Super
jeez.
Bomberman R, and the rules are no one can tell you how to play the game.
Oh
You
jeez.
literally have to learn. Uh, Puyo Tetris is a great one. I think when you get like multiplayer games, it's fun when people have to learn it. And then when they do get to learn it, because there will be some people, like sometimes when you don't teach people a video game, you make them want to go out and get the system so they can learn it. So when they come, they'll be ready and be prepared.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Oh man, I'm trying to think of like something else that would be like really stupid and funny. Like, uh, I know
the rabbits. I would love to see
Oh
the rabbit
jeez.
games come back up.
Like the mini game
Like,
collection. I'm
yes,
sure the Switch will get one depending on the success of Mario and Rabbids. Just because like no offense to Ubisoft, but I think Ubisoft will see that as a success for the Rabbids franchise. Uh
mm,
so like they'll go out of their way to make a Rabbids minigame collection, and like who knows, maybe they'll make the Rabbids endearing again. And I already told you like I want that stupid Luigi statue, the Luigi Rabbid statue. But you know, those games are funny too. And like, if Ubisoft can figure out how to incorporate them into like that teen-rated, embarrassing style mini game collection that you were talking
yes,
about, like, I
uh,
think that would fit well because I think the rabbits are dumb, but I think they fit well into like embarrassing adult situations that would just make it even funnier. Because you're like,
yes.
I don't want that rabbit to scream at me. Ah! And they were just like, ah! Ah! Sorry.
Yeah, and of course, you have like Corey said, the Mario games and stuff. Like, I think adults would get some benefit out of it by playing those party games. And of course, then they're not gonna last long. But there are some adults who can't do Call of Duty. There's some adults who can't do um Titanfall and stuff like that. Like some of those games are sometimes overwhelming for them, so they need something simple and something fun. I would love to see the NES remix come out. Let's do some. Let's see how a goofball version of Super Mario World with 4 players trying to get through a scene, or get through a level, works. You know, or hey, maybe Mario Maker might actually be fun. Like whoever, you have 10 minutes to create a level, and you have to pass the controller around for every time that person dies. Like, and no one can see the level. So while you guys are mingling or something like that, or even outside taking a smoke break or whatever, someone's inside making a level, bringing everybody back in, and they have to, whoever wins by beating the level, they'll get to make the next level.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. There's way of Mario Maker did come to Switch, I should say, but we'll see in the future. I mean, there are a lot of stuff that older adults can partake in for Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Our last question comes from Twitter at Graham Cracker Guardian. Asks, what competitive games would you like to see take shape on Switch? As a huge as a huge Destiny fan, I want to see Nintendo IP take on a shared world experience. I mean, I've already given my opinion on this. I think Metroid fits the Destiny mold well. You know,
Hmm.
instead of a guardian, you have a bounty hunter, and you're part of like this force of like mercenaries that go out and complete tasks and go to planets to explore and solve puzzles and fight giant bosses. Like, I think Federation Force was a good idea, and I just think it would take a better developer and a bigger budget to flesh out the ideas they had. And but like, I really think Metroid fits that, like the bounty hunters and the military aspect of it, and the aliens. Like, you could do different aliens besides the Metroids. Like, there's all kinds of things you could do with it, and like there's plenty of bosses that you could fight too. Like, Mother Brain could be a boss, or like a raid boss or something,
Hmm.
or you know uh, what's his name, bird dinosaur guy,
For what game?
Metroid, the
Oh, Ridley.
yeah, Ridley. Okay, sorry. Ugh. Wow, I don't know how I forgot that. Like, that could be like a raid boss, or you could have like different evolutions of Metroids take shape as, like, whatever their equivalent of strikes would be, or you could tell a compelling story and upgrade your armor and have competitive stuff and co-op stuff. I just think, I've said it a lot on a lot of shows, but like that would be cool.
Um, I think Salmon Run and Splatoon 2 should I think that should be more available for people to play. I think that would actually fit for competitive because a lot of people are getting their butt kicked in that game. Um, I think, and this might sound really crazy, but I would love to see a capture the flag version of Mirror Edge.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but think about it. Everybody got their own Switch online. The Joy Cons are your movement, so you have to use your body to play that game. I mean, you could do with the Pro Controller and you could do with the joypad if you want to, but I would love to see people. I would love to see this at an esports game that Mirror Edge is is a kind of parkour multiplayer game, and what it is that you two people per team or four or whoever, you gotta really think about in parkour to get to that other team's flag, and that other team has to do something to like actually get the flag back. So if you do see somebody and you're parkouring to get to them, you could like bum rush them or and maybe like not not break their feet or something, but there'd be some kind of like penalty that you could do, like kind of like get close to them and push them on the wall so they're out for 20 seconds or something. You steal the flag back. Now you got to parkour back to your space and put your flag back in, and the team got to go back and forth. I could see stuff like that happening, you know, or probably do something like Titanfall 2 where they kind of got their horror mode, but instead of you're being in your Titan and stuff, your team has to actually infiltrate someone else's area and kind of steal pieces to build your Titan.
Right.
So, and then when you get their Titan, you could go to their base and destroy it.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah. Yeah.
so Because I think just Destiny style games is not just the only multiplayer or competitive thing that can be done on Switch if people feel like it. There's ways outside the box that could get more people involved in that multiplayer aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, I just went with the Destiny thing because you said the shared world experience,
Yeah,
and
I can understand that.
um that was just the first thing that popped into my mind. Like, uh,
I
I
mean,
think it
that's
would be
trust me.
I think it would be cool. Like, I think they could do something cool with Splatoon in that fashion too. Like,
Hmm.
because it already lends itself well to, like, because you're already getting pieces of quote armor, but like your clothing and stuff has different perks on it. The weapons have different perks and stuff that you can tie to it, and it's already got the competitive aspect. So,
Yeah,
uh,
or um, something like Gundam for anime fans. You know, that kind of shares almost not some of the same world experience, but if Gundam was designed the same way as Destiny 2 or Destiny in that case, I would do that. I would go I People custom making their Gundams on a Switch with a Destiny style world. Yeah, people would be down for that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, those were our questions. We there's a couple more, but we're gonna save them for Friday. We're gonna do a big batch for Friday. I'm excited. So,
Yes.
uh,
Uh Corey, can I put out this question for our viewers?
sure.
Because I don't know if we was going. Um, me and Corey was talking about profiting from porting, where companies are only putting ports out to get a profit. So we want to know from you guys who are watching this or listening to it. You can email the show, comment on our Facebook Nintendo Power Block Facebook page or NGR Radio community page. I want to know: do you think companies who do a lot of porting for their games are doing it only for profit, or does it showcase that they could put out a new IP out and they would get that same results like their porting products?
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be, like I said earlier. It's gonna be interesting to see like what ports are coming and how many people take the step to like make a cool experience on Switch that they could sell for $30 or $40 and then put on the digital store for PS4, Xbox One too.
Yes.
It's not that complicated. Like, it doesn't need to be super flashy or anything. It just needs to play well and have a cool graphic style that doesn't necessarily push the hardware. And yeah, so tell us what you guys think. I want to know. I want to know what fans want. I mean, if people are okay with ports, like, that's okay, I guess. But like, new experiences are also warranted. So, well, Ed, this was an episode
Yes.
of Nintendo Power Block. I want to
Yes.
thank you guys for watching. Remember, you can join us every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Shout Engine, or wherever you want to consume us. Rate us, like, subscribe, and share. Leave us a comment. All those good things. Let Ed and I know how much you love us. Email us your questions at nintendopowerblock@gmail.com, or look for our Twitter and Facebook threads and leave a comment there as well. Leave your question in the comments, I should say. But with that said, Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code. You can hear my podcast Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, the Numbness Radio Network.podme.com, and other podcast apps that you guys have. You can check that out. You also could read today with this episode my bad video game review or review of a bad video game, which is Ghost Recon Wildlands. So do read that on ngrradio.com. You guys can check out my other writings on skirmishfrost.com. I write a series called The Moment, and on IGN.com under Anime ENIME. I write my optional opinion blogs. I am getting ready for the beauty of video games that's coming in September. Our very own Corey Derrick will be joining me for one of those. I can't tell you which one it is. You guys
Yay.
will just have to wait what it is. But we're going to have a discussion on one of the subject matters for that. And you guys can actually, if you want to know more about the beauty of video games, you can check it out on IGN.com or check out early episodes on SoundCloud for optional opinion. Hey, let's pod and play. Also, you guys can check me and Corey and other guests playing video games, and podcasting about that game and other topics at hand. So do check that out. And World 11 Podcast on Shout Engine and NGR Radio.
Yeah. Yes. You can follow me at Corey Hudson in HD on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram at Corey in HD. You can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Corey in HD. You can find me hanging out in the NGR Radio Facebook groups. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at NGR Radio Podcast. Check out our website, ngrradio.com. Like, subscribe, and share to our YouTube, like I said earlier. And check out our family of shows, Arsenal X, Nerds Gone Rogue, Nerds Gone Platinum, World 11, The Brew Review, and plenty more. So, Ed, I love you. Thank you guys.
Too, Corey.
Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we love you.
Bye. Woohoo!